excited to be back with the 7th episode of Words and Beats, the Larissa G Show, bringing you today's episode titled, Know That You're Worth It, Believing in Yourself. During the sunny period of 2021, as people are slowly returning to normalcy, they're also taking the time to celebrate various causes related to self-worth. For instance, April was World Autism Awareness Month, May celebrated National Teen Self-Esteem Awareness, June focused on World Pride, in July, the New York City region celebrates Disability Awareness Month, National Family Fund will be honored in August, and September will raise awareness of suicide prevention. Self-worth is a sense of one's own value as a person, something that everyone can relate to. This episode of Words and Beats will revolve around the second poem in my book titled, Know That You're Worth It. But first, let me share with you a brief recap from the previous episode, which I promise you will not regret watching in full. I hope you're all enjoying the nice spring weather and the colors of the blooming flowers. Springtime inspires poetic thoughts and dreams, and in today's show, I'll share a poem from my book titled Dreamers on Air. I wrote this poem and put it to music in the spring of 2015 while being a student at the John Calley School of Music at Montclair State University. In this poem, I expressed my thoughts, feelings, and hopes about the idea of our society making room for people on the autism spectrum as they're entering into adulthood. I found myself battling feelings of lack of acceptance by certain members of the university community, both faculty and students, and that is why my poem Dreamers on Air was originally titled No Room to Spare. Over time, my song has evolved both musically and artistically into an advocacy anthem for young people on the spectrum, and I presented it as such on numerous occasions at autism conferences and events. My vision of this poem was beautifully transformed into an illustrated book format as a collaborative effort of artwork by my sister Victoria Grabois under the creative direction of Irina Perelman and Lianya artist Jiyoung Ryu. Welcome back to the Autism Talk Spot of this month's Words and Beats. James, tell us a little bit about why the anime community is attractive to people on the autism spectrum as a popular special interest. What a great model of social skills teaching to follow for parents or for those working with children with autism. Welcome to the live music corner of today's show. At the Autism Talk Spot, we brought up friendship lessons in animation, particularly mentioning the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series, which, by the way, featured many songs. The show has also created an entire group of people who are My Little Pony fans, and many people on the autism spectrum have found an accepting social community within the My Little Pony fandom. They really think they know what's best for us.
Well, if that's what they think, they don't know much. We can be just friends, just friends, just friends if we wanna be. Leave a good thing be. It's so damn clear to see that we don't need any help. We're doing just fine. Just fine.
Thank you everyone for watching today's episode of Words and Beats, Dreamers on Air, dedicated to young people living on the autism spectrum. In late 2016, as my college graduation was approaching, I needed to make some tough decisions regarding my future professional plans. Despite anticipating a music therapy degree with honors and gaining substantial performance experience during my college years, I've experienced feelings of self-doubt and uncertainty. So I found myself asking, should I continue as a musical performer despite knowing how competitive this field is? Should I further my study in music therapy, despite certain disappointments in this field and its community? Or how do I go about pursuing a successful path in autism advocacy and presenting? Juggling with these questions in my mind was what led me to writing the poem, Know That You're Worth It, and later transforming it into a song. Shortly after getting my music therapy degree, I started presenting my musical advocacy projects at music therapy, autism, and disability conferences. And these experiences gradually helped shape my path as a presenter on autism awareness through music. In April 2018, I was invited as a guest performer and speaker at an A Cappella for Autism vocal competition, an event that annually raises funds for the Autism New Jersey organization. Among the audience of around 600 people, there was a large percentage of high school students who came to enjoy the vocal competition and to support the cause of autism. As you'll see in the upcoming clip, I received a true standing ovation, but what made it special was the response from the teen audience to the song Know That You're Worth It. Take a look.
She is a performing singer, composer, YouTube artist, pianist, and a music teacher of children with special needs. In addition, Ms. Grabois presents her unique autism awareness musical projects at conferences and various community autism support and educational events nationwide.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you all hear me good? Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm truly honored to participate tonight in the A Cappella for Autism event, changing our perspective on how we regard people who are different in general and appreciating their unique contributions can ultimately lead to wider acceptance and successful integration of those people into our society. Thank you, A Cappella for Autism, for finding room and love to spare. Acceptance of people with special needs in our society can help enable these people lead a more productive life, which can positively impact their self-confidence and self-worth. With that in mind, I recently wrote a song about one's hope for increased self-confidence and self-esteem, Know That You're Worth It. I think this song may not only help empower people with autism, but many other people amongst us. I'm alone in this world, I don't see the light. With my head down, I hide in my room. My face is a frown, I'm feeling my doom. Singing out loud, all to myself. With troubles to thrust, there's no one to trust. I don't have a guide to give me a ride and give me some stride to conquer the storm. I need to reform, to know who I am, to know I'm enough, to know that I'm worth it. I lost all my hopes, I drank all my dreams, and all my strength has gone downstream. Should I turn bold and toss all my pain, turn me to gold and dance in the rain? after the rain? Will I forget all of my pain? Will I still dance, or will I refrain? Asking myself, who am I now? Am I enough? Am I still worth it? Am I still worth it? Am I still worth it? Where do I belong? A rainbow up there has lit up the air. I feel I am strong and will do no wrong. Singing out loud to the whole world. When troubles to thrust, I am who I trust. I am my best guy. I'm ready to ride and conquer the storm in my new form. We may look pride. I know who I am. And that I'm enough. I know that I'm worth it. I know that I'm worth it. I know that I'm worth it. Everyone, know that you're worth it. Know that you're worth it. Know that you're worth it. Yeah! Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for singing along. You're such a great team.
Those high schoolers really got a kick out of my song, Know That You're Worth It. I found myself on the verge of tears from the immense support they showed, both to me and to the cause of autism. I think that the topic of my song really resonated with them and probably reflected what many of them may feel. Last summer, when I decided to create my book with my 2 advocacy poems, I thought it would be interesting to get a teenager's visual perspective on the theme of self-confidence and self-worth. So I offered my 15-year-old sister Victoria the opportunity to illustrate my book, and at the same time to give her something to do for the summer. And here's what Victoria had to say about her experiences illustrating this book.
Hello, my beautiful people. My name is Victoria Grabois. I'm Laura's younger sister, as some of you may already know. I just turned 16 years old, and I'm also, in fact, the illustrator of Know That You're Worth It and Dreamers on Air, the combined book. This is a great book, fantastic, if I do say so myself. So I just wanted to come on here to talk to you guys a little bit about the creative process, what went down illustrating this book. Obviously doing it as a 15-year-old, it being the first book that I've ever illustrated, and doing it during the summer of a global pandemic. So I just want to preface this all by saying that Laura obviously composed this story based on her own perspectives, her own experiences, and her own viewpoints, but I thought that to best and, most creatively illustrate this book, I would need to kind of perceive it in my own way, which I did, and Know That You're Worth It, the title kind of stands for itself. The way I took it in was a teenage girl who struggles with self-confidence, the feeling of not being worthy, and kind of just not hearing everyone around her, and I kind of took it to more of a personal level and my own past experiences. I'm sure we've all struggled with self-confidence. I know I've debated saying something, wearing something, just, being afraid that somebody would think something negatively of me. And I think that that's really what kind of helped me and inspired me, quote unquote, to, illustrate this book. I think that the drawings kind of exhibit my past emotions, and I think obviously since we've all struggled with it, a lot of people can still relate to this book. And I just think that it's wonderful to just, see, the experience from a teenage girl and kind of just how she feels and how she grows, and I was very fortunate to be able to illustrate such a story with such an impactful message. I think, just to add, we can't let people's, opinions and what people might think, we can't let it affect us, because everyone's always going to think something, but you gotta be your own person. You're beautiful, you are always worth it, and it's just important to remember that. So it was great to illustrate this book in a live studio. I've never done something like this before, and the fact that I did it in, in pencil and slightly some watercolor, as you can see, I think really adds to the, rawness of these drawings, and I don't think a lot of books exhibit that. I think that, you don't need professional computer design and these extravagant things to create a special thing. I think, just with some pencils, some watercolors, I was able to put together, these illustrations and show you that simplicity can create beautiful things. That is my message for this book, and kind of just for my illustrations more so, it was great. The materials I had accessible to me, my teacher Gigi did an amazing thing. She helped me, kind of, guided me in ways when I felt stuck, in more of a creative way, and it was wonderful. And I also, in this book, you got a 2-for-1 deal. I have Dreamers on Air, which also is a beautiful story. Not one that I really could relate to on a personal note, obviously being that it's about autism, but, seeing through the years, seeing Laura's performances, I was able to connect with it more so, understanding everything and reading the story and reading these beautiful lyrics, and I am just so fortunate to have illustrated it. I think it's such a mystical topic, and I guess kind of the fact that I got to paint it, which is different from the first book. This background is actually all painted, and the silhouettes kind of just show the mystical side of it, and I think it's just beautiful to be able to experience, being drawn into this world of the book, and that is why I think all of you should go purchase it. Go support Laura, go support me. This is the first book that I've ever illustrated. You really will enjoy it, and you won't want to miss it. So I hope you guys buy it, and I will catch you all later. Bye, guys.
Victoria, thank you so much for illustrating my book. You did such an amazing job. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
And as Victoria said, please support our efforts of raising autism and self-worth awareness through poetry, art, and music. This book, along with my other books, can be purchased on KDP, Amazon, and on my website for bulk orders of 10 books or more. The beautiful songs that accompany this book are available for download on major music platforms, featuring the album of my multi-track vocals with guitar by Mitchell Tonelson. This month's Autism Talk Spot was filmed in sunny Orlando, Florida at the Family Cafe Conference, the largest Florida conference for families of individuals with disabilities. I was invited there to present my musical autism awareness project and to offer my books and music CDs to the disability community. There, I had the opportunity to meet a fellow autism self-advocate from Florida, Tony Hernandez.
I'd like to introduce Tony Hernandez. He is an amazing person that I met at the Family Cafe Conference, and I'm looking forward to watching him present at 5:30 today in the Florida Ballroom. And let's hear what Tony has to say about his contribution to the community.
Thank you so much, Larissa. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for what you do for the autistic community. My name is Tony Hernandez-Pumajero. I'm an autistic self-advocate. I'm author of the book called An Autism Unscripted Life, which talks about my life in the autism spectrum from childhood all the way to adulthood. I was diagnosed at age 3, was nonverbal to age 4. In this book, I talk about my life from my own words and my own experience. Situations like rejection, struggles with friendships, bullying, depression, anxiety, and so much more. In addition, I talk about my favorite hobbies. All of this, I talk about how I was able to overcome these challenges and be able to achieve key life goals, such as graduating from college with my bachelor's degree in business information management, working full-time as a manager, being a writer, speaker, and also working today in television with Univision. And my main job, of course, is to be an advocate for the autism community, and that's what motivates me to keep moving ahead every single day.
Thank you so much for sharing, Tony. I'm really proud of what you do. You are such an inspiration.
I often talk about the benefits of music. Besides entertainment, music helps build a sense of self-worth and brings self-fulfillment, so please enjoy our musical surprise at the Live Music Corner. Welcome to the Live Music Corner of episode 7 of Words and Beats. My sister Victoria is full of surprises. She not only illustrated my book here, but thank you all for tuning in to Words and Beats, the Larissa G Show. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the next episode, I'll feature more special moments from the Family Cafe conference, and guess what? I'll take you on an enticing journey of family fun places that I've visited in Orlando this June. Please stay tuned.